Hello and welcome to a look at pricing a binomial stock and working out price probabilities with me, Andy Duncan, here at Finlingo.com. This is my cousin Tommy. He lives in a special binomial universe where there are only two choices for everything. My cousin Tommy likes soap. He likes it so much he buys some stock in his favourite soap making company, which we'll represent by S. Now on the day he buys the stock it costs him $100 per share. He knows, because he lives in a binomial universe, that the stock price will either go up or go down. If it goes up, it will do so by a factor of 1.15, which we can represent with a U. Let's draw the price going up. The price will go up U times S to $115. But what if it goes down? Well, if it does, technically it should go down by a reciprocal down D factor of 1 divided by 1.15, and that's equal to 0.86957. However, Tommy has a financial analysis exam soon, and he knows that they'll usually give him the D factor directly, and they'll usually round it up to 2 decimal places. So let's set our D value equal to 0.87. So if the price goes down tomorrow by D, then it will go down by D times S, or to $87. So far, so good. But what about day 2? Well, now there are two possibilities for two different price nodes. From the top node, it could go up again to a price of U times S, which is $132.25. Or it could drop down to U times D times S, which is $100.05. You'll notice that a little bit of rounding has come back to bite us here, and this should be $100 in a perfect world, but Tommy just wants to pass his exam, so we're going to ignore it. From the second node at $87, it could go up to D times U times S, which is also equal to $100.05. Notice there are two ways to reach this node. We usually though call this node UDS, going from the top down, even though technically it's also node DUS. Let's do that final possibility then. The price on day 2 could drop from $87 to become D times S, which is $75.69. Let's do just one more day. Now we have 3 nodes. Each can either go up or down. Let's go down and do each pair. Going from UUS, we can go up to UUUS, which gives us a price of $152.09, or $132.25 multiplied by 1.15. If we go down to UUDS, it's 132.25 multiplied by 0.87, or U times D times S, which is $115.06. But notice there are two other ways we can get here. We could go along the UDU path or the DUU path. So there are 3 ways we can reach the same point, and this will become important later. Remember, we'll always still call the node UUDS, even though we have those 2 other routes to it. Similarly, if the price goes down from 100.05 along the UDDS route, it'll go down to $87.04. But notice there's 2 other ways to reach this node too, along the DUDS path and the DDUS path. And finally, if the stock goes down every day, it'll go down the DDDS path to hit D times S, which is $65.85. Let's put the values for S, U and D then into a cunning Excel spreadsheet just to check we've got all the numbers right. So that's 100 for S, then 1.15 for U, and then 0.87 for D. And this gives us all our prices. We'll get to the binomial probabilities in a couple of minutes, but if we head now over to Finlingo.com, we can try out an example question which is going to ask us for a stock price at a particular node. Here's a brand new unique question. Pick out the 3 key values and note down the target node. Now let's plug those figures into the spreadsheet which mimics the methodology, and let's figure out the answer. Now we can check it on Finlingo to see if we got it right. Fortunately, we did get this one right, but what if the next question that comes up is a probability question? How do we answer this? Well, let's head back to our example to find out how. Back here in Tommy's universe, let's introduce 2 new terms. First we have P, which is the chance on any day of a price going up, and we'll set this to 40%. That means Q, the chance of the price going down, must be 100% minus P, which is equal to 60%. Let's put all the P pathways onto the chart. Now all the Q pathways. So what's the chance then of reaching the US node? Well, that's just a simple P or 40%. And the chance of hitting the DS node? That's nice and easy too. That's just Q or 60%. To get to UUS, that's P times P or simply P squared. We'll do the actual calculations on a spreadsheet soon, but let's avoid messing up this diagram too much for the moment. To get to UDS, which remember is also DUS, we can either go P times Q or Q times P. So the chance of hitting this node is 2PQ when we simplify it. And on day 2, the chance of hitting DDS is simply Q times Q or, more simply, Q squared. On day 3, to reach UUS, the chance of getting there is P times P times P or simply P cubed. To get to the UUDS node, there are 3 different pathways. It's either P, P, Q, P, Q, P or Q, P, P. We can simplify this to 3P squared Q. Very similarly, for the UDDS node, we can reach it either with the PQQ route, the QPQ route, or the QQP route. Again, we can simplify this probability to 3PQ squared. Finally, the chance of getting to the DDDS node is nice and simple. The only route there is Q times Q times Q, or Q cubed for short. Let's plug those figures then into the spreadsheet to get some actual numbers. We insert 40% into the P column and we get all the probabilities worked out for us. You can see that P squared is 16% and 3P squared Q is 28.8% and so on. Also notice, just as a sanity check for me, that all the probabilities on each day add up to 100%. And so now we can tackle a binomial probability question on Finlingo.com. Here's the question. Select the key information. Now we actually only need the P and the Q information as well as the node. We don't need the S, the U or the D. So for the moment let's ignore those. Figure out what the formula is at the required node. Once we have that, then we can calculate the percentage with a financial calculator. Let's go back now to Finlingo.com and see if we got the correct solution. Select it and move on. Head on over now to Finlingo.com to access the Finlingo question tool, where you can answer an infinite number of questions on binomial trees, along with hundreds of other question types to pass difficult financial analysis exams, and that includes the CFA. Finlingo. Speak finance fluently.